Yeah. Black as Gold is back, episode 16. Episode 16 is one of my favorites, man. Marvin Gaye. That's one little Marvin Gaye. One little Marvin Gaye. I'm not gonna do no more. I'm not gonna do no more. Look, I might do some more Marvin Gaye. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, let me stop. I don't mind. Let me stop. Let me chill. But yeah, man, Marvin Gaye is one of my favorites. He's right up there with Michael Jackson, man. He's right up there with a lot of people that I really like in R&B. See, some people are up. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. But you know, I had to talk about, you know, Marvin, man. Marvin is one of my man. But I think he's the best slow jam singer ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal, man. Like, Marvin Gaye is just everything. Since You've Been Gone. Not Since You've Been Gone. Soon I'll Be Loving You Again. Man. Since I Had You. Okay, let me get into the career, man, because I keep thinking about the Let's Get It On album. You know what I'm saying? The deluxe edition, okay? Not the regular, deluxe edition. You know what I'm saying? Let's Get It On. The other one was called I Want You. Whew. The Let's Get It On, I Want You albums, look. If you want to set that bedroom on fire, play that, all right? That'll get it going, baby, all right? Those are my albums right there, man. What's Going On is my album, too. You know what I mean? Very political. Great social album. You know what I mean? Salute to you too, brother. You know how we do, family first. Yes, sir. Blood in. But man, them I Want You album and the Let's Get It On album, woo, man. You know what I mean? I'm a very romantic guy, so, you know, can't help it. I'm like Truth. I'm very romantic. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry, Truth. All right, let me get into it. Let me get to the career of Marvin Gaye, man. This ain't gonna be a long one because I got another one coming up for y'all right after this. Take a little intermission, and then I'm gonna come right back with it. Okay, Marvin Penske Jr., who also spelled his surname as Gaye, G-A-Y-E, right? Born April 2nd, 1939, transcended April 1st, 1984. Funny thing about it, a week after that, somebody else came into this world, but I'm not gonna say who. He was an American R&B and soul singer. He helped to shape the sound of Motown in the 1960s. First as an in-house session player and later as a solo artist with a string of success, earning him the nicknames Prince of Motown and Prince of Soul. Wow. Gaye's Motown songs included Ain't That Particular, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You, and I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Gaye also recorded duets with Mary Wells, Kim Weston, Tammy Terrell, yeah, I know about that, and Diana Ross. During the 1970s, Gaye recorded the albums What's Going On and Let's Get It On. Whew. He became one of the first artists in Motown to break away from the reins of a production company. I think Stevie did that too, but I'm not sure. I think we'll find out what Stevie did. Not too far from in the near future. His later recordings influenced several contemporary R&B subgenres such as Quiet Storm and neo soul. Yup, he did. Sexual Healing, released in 1982 on the album Men I Love, won him his first 2 Grammy Awards. Gaye's last television appearance were at the 1983 NBA All-Star Game, where he sang the Star Spangled Banner, Motown 25, Yesterday, Today, Forever, and Soul Train. On April 1st, 1984, the eve of his 45th birthday, Gaye was transcended by his father, unfortunately, Marvin Gaye Sr., at their house in Hancock Park, Los Angeles, after an argument. Gaye Sr. later pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter and received a 6-year suspended sentence and 5 years of probation. The institution had posthumously bestowed Gaye with awards and honors, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award and induction to the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame, the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, let's get to his life. All right, let's get to the early life, and I'm gonna get to the career, and then I'm out of here. All right. Marvin Penske Jr. was born on April 2nd, 1939 at Freedmen's Hospital in Washington, D.C. The church minister, Marvin Gaye Sr., domestic worker Alberta Gaye, also known as Nay Cooper. Her first home was in a public housing project, the Fairfax Apartments, now demolished, at 1617 First Street Southwest in the Southwest Waterfront neighborhood. Although one of the city's oldest neighborhoods with many elegant federal style homes, most buildings were small and expensive. and extensive disrepair and lacked both electricity and running water. The alleys were full of 1 and 2 story shacks, and nearly every dwelling was overcrowded. Gay and his friends nicknamed the area Simple City, owing to its being half city, half country. Gay was the second oldest of the couple's 4 children. He had 2 sisters, Jean and Ziola, and one brother, Frankie Gay. He also had 2 half-brothers, Michael Cooper, his mother's son from a previous relationship, and Autumn Carey Gay, born as a result of his father's extramarital affairs. Gay started singing at church when he was 4 years old. His father often accompanied him on piano. Gay and his family were part of a Pentecostal church known as the House of God that took its teachings from Hebrew Pentecostalism, advocated strict conduct, and adhered to both the Old and New Testaments. Gay developed a love of singing at an early age and was encouraged to pursue a professional music career at a performance at a school play at 11 singing Mary Alonzo's Be My Love. His home life consisted of brutal whippings by his father, who struggled for any shortcoming. The young Gay described living in his father's house as similar to living with a king, a very peculiar, changeable, cruel, and all-powerful king. He felt that his mother not consoled him and encouraged him singing, he would have transcended himself. His sister later explained that Gay was beaten often from age 7 while into his teenage years. Wow. Man, I found out so much about these people when I read their early life. Like, I be finding out so much, y'all. This is wow. Dang, man, it's crazy, man. The stuff you be finding out. Gay attended Fax Elementary School and then Randall Junior High School. Gay began to take singing much more seriously in junior high, and he joined and became a singing star with Randall Junior High Glee Club. In 1953 or 1954, we don't really know, the records don't tell us, the Gays moved to the East Capitol Dwellings public housing project in DC's Capitol View neighborhood. Their townhouse apartment, Unit 12, 60th Street Northeast, now demolished, was Marvin's home until 1962. Gay briefly attended Spingarn High School before transferring to Cardozo High School. At Cardozo, Gay joined several doo-wop vocal groups, including the Dippers and the DC Tones. Gay's relationship with his father worsened during his teenage years as his father would kick him out of the house often. In 1956, 17-year-old Gay dropped out of high school and enlisted in the United Air Forces as a basic airman. Disappointed in having to perform menial tasks, he faked mental illness and was discharged shortly afterwards. Gay's sergeant stated that he refused to follow orders. He was issued a general discharge from the service. Wow, didn't know that either. Okay, let's get into his career. Following discharge from the Air Force, Gay and his good friend, Reese Palmer from the vocal quartet, the Marquis, the group performed in the D.C. area and soon began working with Bo Diddley. You don't know about Bo Diddley? Look him up. Who assigned the group to Columbia subsidiary OK Records after failing to get the group signed to his own label, Chess. Don't know about Chess Records? Do your research. The group's sole single, Wyatt Earp, co-written by Bo Diddley, failed to chart, and the group was soon dropped from the label. Gay began compromising music during this period. Moonglow's co-founder, Harry Fuqua, you don't know about who that is? Look him up. Later hired the Marquis as employers. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My phone acting up, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Think I'm gonna get it back. Here we go. All right. Okay. Under Fuqua's direction, the group changed its name to Harvey and the New Moonglows and relocated to Chicago. The group recorded several sides for Chess in 1959, including the song Mama Lucia, which was Gay's first lead vocal recording. The group found work as a session singers for established acts such as Chuck Berry, you know who that is, do your research, singing on the songs Back in the USA and Almost Grown. In 1960, the group disbanded. Gay relocated to Detroit with Fuqua, where he signed with Tri-Fi Records as a session musician, playing drums on several Tri-Fi releases. Gay performed at Motown, President Berry Gordy's house during the holiday season in December 1960. If you don't know who Motown, Berry Gordy is, I'm not even going to say nothing. Impressed by the singer, Gordy saw Fuqua on his contract with Gay. Fuqua agreed to sell part of his interest in his contract with Gay. Shortly afterwards, Gay signed with Motown subsidiary Tamla. When Gay signed with Tamla, he pursued a career as a performer of jazz music and standards, having no desire to become an R&B performer. Before the release of his first single, Gay started spelling his surname with an added E, in the same way as did Sam Cooke. Author David Ritz wrote that Gay did this to silence rumors of his sexuality and to put more distance between himself and his father. Gay released his first single, Let Your Conscience Be Your Guide, in May 1961 with the album The Soulful Moods of Marvin Gaye, following a month later. His initial recordings failed commercial, and he spent most of 1961 performing session work as a drummer for artists such as The Miracles, The Marvelettes, and blue artist Jimmy Reed for $5, which would be $45 in today's standards a week. While Gaye took some advice on performing with his eyes open, having been accused of appearing as though he was sleeping, and also got pointed on how to move more gracefully on stage, he refused to attend grooming school courses at the John Robert Powell School for Social Grace in Detroit because of his willingness to comply with his orders, something he later regretted. Hold on, y'all. Gaye was also one of the few Motown artists who took no dance lessons from Cholly Atkins. You don't know who Cholly Atkins is? Look him up. And this was success. In 1962, Gaye found success as co-writer of the marvelous track Bewitched 4-5789. Bewitched 4-5789. Okay. On which he also played drums. His first solo success, Stubborn Kind of Fellow, was later released that September. I heard about that song. Reaching number 8 on the R&B chart and number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100. Gaye first reached the top 40 with the dance hit Hitchhike, peaking at number 30 on the Hot 100 Pride and Joy. On the Hot 100, Pride and Joy became Gaye's first top 10 single after its release in 1963. The 3 singles and songs from 1962 sections were included on Gaye's second album, That Stubborn Kind of Fellow, released on time in January 1963. Starting in October 1962, Gaye performed as part of the Motown Revue, a series of concert tours headlined at the north and southeastern coast of the United States as part of the Chitlin Circuit. You know what the Chitlin Circuit is? That's what I'm saying. A series of rock shows performed at venues that welcome predominantly Black musicians. A film performance of Gaye at the Apollo Theater took place in June 1963. Later in October, Tamla issued the live album Marvin Gaye recorded on live stage Can I Get a Witness? Became one of Gaye's early international success. In 1964, Gaye recorded a successful duet album with singer Mary Wells titled Together, which reached number 42 on a pop album chart. The album's two side singles included Once Upon a Time and What's the Matter with You Baby, each reached the top 20. Gaye's next solo success, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You, which Holland Dozier Holland wrote for him, reached number 6 on the Hot 100 and reached the top 50 in the UK. That song is pretty cool. I like that. Gaye started getting television exposure around this time on shows such as American Bandstand. Also in 1964, he appeared in the concert film, The TAMI Show. Gaye had 2 number 1 R&B singles in 1965 with the Miracles composed I'll Be Doggone and Ain't That Peculiar. Yeah, I remember those songs. Both songs became million sellers. After this, Gaye returned to jazz, delivered ballads for a tribute album to that. Oh, that's my laundry letting me know it's done. To the recently transcended Nat King Cole. You know who Nat King Cole is? I'm not gonna say nothing else. After recording It Takes Two with Kim Weston, Gaye began working with Tammy Terrell, a series of duets mostly composed by Ashford and Simpson. You know, if you don't know Tammy Terrell, Ashford and Simpson, and nothing else to say, including Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Your Precious Love, Ain't Not Like the Real Thing, and You're All I Need to Get By. You know what I'm saying? Look, them Tammy Terrell songs, man, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, boy. Listen, baby. Let me stop. All right. In October 1967, Terrell collapsed in Gaye's arms during a performance in Farmville, Virginia. Very sad what happened to Tammy Terrell, man. She might be covered in black as gold. You never know. Terrell subsequently rushed to Farmville's Southside Community Hospital, where doctors discovered she had a malignant tumor in her brain. The diagnosis ended Terrell's career as a live performer. Though she continued to record music under careful supervision, despite the presence of successful singles such as Ain't That Like the Real Thing, We All Need to Get By, Terrell's illness caused problems with recording, led to multiple operations to remove the tumor. Gaye was reportedly devastated by Terrell's sickness and became disillusioned with the record business. Yeah, that really took a toll on him, like big time, for real. I can really lose somebody that you work with. I can relate. You know what I mean? Shout out to QB. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's tough when you lose somebody you really work with and y'all really putting stuff together and yeah, they're not here no more. It changes you. It does. On October 6, 1968, Gaye sang the national anthem during Game 4 of the 1968 World Series held at Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan between the Detroit Tigers and the St. Louis Cardinals. In late 1968, Gaye's recording of I Heard It Through the Grapevine became his first to reach number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It also reached the top of the charts in other countries, selling over 4 million copies. However, Gaye felt the success was something he didn't deserve, and that he felt like a puppet, Barry's puppet, and his puppet. Gaye followed with the Too Busy Thinking About My Baby, and that's why that's the way love is. It reached the top 10 on Billboard Hot 100 in 1969. That year's album MPG became his first number one album on the R&B album charts. During this period, he produced and co-wrote "Baby I'm For Real" and "The Bells" for the originals. Wow, that's a jam. "Baby I'm For Real," that's a jam. Tammy Terrell transcended from brain cancer on March 16, 1970. They attended her honoring, that's what I call it. And after a period of depression, Gay sought out a position on the professional football team of the Detroit Lions, where he later befriended Mel Farr and Lynn Barney. You don't know who those people are? Do your research. Beanie and Farr had gotten gold records for providing backup vocals for the title track of Gay's "What's Going On" album. The Lions eventually declined the invitation for Gay to try out, owing to legal liabilities and fears of possible injuries that could have affected his music career. All right, let's keep going in. Let's keep getting into it, y'all. On June 1st, 1970, Gay returned to Hitsville, USA, where he recorded his new composition, "What's Going On," inspired by an idea from Ronaldo Obi Benson of the Four Tops after he witnessed an act of police brutality in an anti-war rally in Berkeley. Yeah, man, it was rough back then, y'all. Upon hearing the song, Berry Gordy refused its release due to his feelings of the song being too political for radio. They feared the single would lose his crossover audience. They responded by deciding against releasing any other new material before the label released it. Released in 1971, it reached number one on the R&B charts within a month. Man, Berry Gordy was wrong on that one. You know, he was wrong on a few albums, but I'm not, you'll kind of see later on as I cover some more people. All right. Staying there for 5 weeks, it also reached the top spot on Cashbox's pop chart for a week and reached number 2 on the Hot 100 in the Record World chart, selling over 2 million copies. After giving an ultimatum to record a full album to win creative control from Motown, he spent 10 days recording the "What's Going On" album that March. Motown issued the album that May after Gay remixed the album in Hollywood. The album became Gay's first million-selling album, launching 2 more top 10 singles, "Mercy Mercy Me," "The Ecology," and "Inner City Blues." One of Motown's first autonomous works, its theme and segue followed both the concept album format to rhythm and blues and soul music. And AllMusic writer later cited as the most important and passionate record to come out of soul music, developed by one of his finest voices. That is true. I think I'm gonna say "What's Going On" is the most important R&B soul album, period. The most important, it's the most pivotal, it's the most transcendent. Okay, and there's been some great R&B albums. I'll put Stevie Wonder's "Songs in the Key of Life" up there, and I'll put Michael Jackson "Thriller" right up there too. Very, very different. I mean, those are all neck and neck. There's no one that's better than the other. It's just kind of what you may like or what you may be into, but those three made it. I mean, you could also put like Whitney Houston and Bodyguard up there. You can put a lot of different R&B albums that's like really, really up there, but those are the ones considered, New Edition, Any Heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain albums where it's like time stands still for those albums. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, let's keep getting into it, y'all. For the album, Gay received 2 Grammy Award nominations at the 1972 ceremony and several NAACP Image Awards. The album also topped Rolling Stone's year-end list as his album of the year, Billboard magazine named Gay Trendsetter of the Year following the album's success. Okay, now let's keep getting into it, y'all. In 1971, Gay signed a new deal with Motown worth $1 million, which would equal $6 million today. Okay, man, making it the most lucrative deal by a black recording artist at the time. Gay first responded to the new contract with a soundtrack and subsequent score, Trouble Man. I heard that Trouble Man is kind of tough. That Trouble Man album, you know what I'm saying? For the movie Trouble Man, I heard it's pretty tough. I've listened to it vaguely, but yeah, I heard this. Yeah, it's deep soul. That's all I'm gonna say. Released in 1972, before the release of Trouble Man, Martin released a single called "You're the Man." Yeah, I remember that song. The album of the same name was a follow-up to "What's Going On," but Motown refused to promote the single, according to Gay. According to some biographies, Gordy, who was considered a moderate, feared Gay's liberal political views would alienate Motown's conservative audience. As a result, Gay shelved the project and substituted for Trouble Man. In 2019, Universal Music Group released the album on what would have been Gay's 80th birthday. In between the release of "What's Going On" and Trouble Man, Gay and his family relocated to Los Angeles, making Marvin one of the final Motown artists to move there despite early protests urging him to stay in Detroit. Yeah, that whole Detroit to LA move that Motown did, Yeah, I'm kind of on the same way about that. I could see where it makes sense financially, right? I mean, LA is LA. Like if you've never been to California, you've never been to New York, like if you've never lived here, or you never lived in those places, you're not gonna understand. Like when you live in California or LA, it really, really opens up just all opportunities, like domestic, international, it's everything. Like the world is just open to you when you live in those type of places. But when you live in Detroit or you live in other cities like Wyoming or Florida, or I mean wherever you want to place on the map, right? Outside of New York and California, opportunities ain't the same. It's just not. Not saying that they couldn't make Detroit a hub because I believe they could have and they was already doing it. But LA is LA, man. I mean, there's nothing else I can say about that. And I think most people know that. Just like New York is New York. Like those are the two biggest places. If you're gonna make it in the entertainment industry, you gotta have a hub in LA. You dang sure gotta have one in New York. Either one or both. So I understand it from the business aspect, but I felt like they should have stayed. I felt like Detroit needed Motown, and I felt like the people needed Motown to stay in Detroit. Like we as a people, like it made some performance. And once it went to LA, it was never the same. Like the artist was never the same. The music, it was still great, but it just everything wasn't the same, man. It lost its authenticness to me. I mean, there's some great music that came out of there. Like I said, there's some classics. His two best albums that I like are when he was in LA, right? Let's Get It On and I Want You, right? Those are my albums. But I would sacrifice those albums not being what they were in order for them to stay in Detroit because it meant something to our people and it meant something to the city of Detroit. So that's why I feel like they should have stayed. But let me continue. In August 1973, Gaye released the Let's Get It On album. Its title track became Gaye's second number one single on the Hot 100. The album was later hailed as a record unparalleled in its sheer sensuality and carnal energy. Other singles from the album include Come Get to This, that's my jam, which recorded Gaye's early Motown soul sound of the previous decade, while the suggestive You Should Love the Ball reached modest success on R&B charts, was also managing to make the pop top 50. Its success halted by radio refusing to play the sexually explicit song. In the 1970s, Gaye's sister-in-law turned her attention to Frankie Beverly, the founder of Maze. You don't know who music Frankie Beverly is? I don't know what to tell you. Marvin took them on his tours and featured them as the opening acts of his concert, persuaded Beverly to change the band's name from Raw Soul to Maze. Wow. I didn't know that Marvin had a hand in that. See, I found out a lot of things right now. Marvin's final duet project, Diana and Marvin with Diana Ross. You don't know who Diana Ross is? I ain't gotta say nothing. Garnered international success despite contrasted artistic styles. Much of the material was crafted especially for the duo by Ashford and Simpson. Responding to demand from fans in Motown, Gaye started his first concert tour in 4 years at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum on January 4th, 1974. I used to live next to there. You know what I'm saying? And Coliseum it's all right. Not a bad place. The performance received critical acclaim and resulted in the release of the live album Marvin Gaye Live and a single, a live version of Distant Lover, the album track from Let's Get It On. That live Distant Lover single is the best, the absolute best live version of any song, period. I ain't never heard nobody make a live version better than Distant Lover. Like, I've never heard it. The tour helped to enhance Gaye's reputation as a live performer. For a time, he was earning $100,000 a night, which equals $549,460 in today's standard, all right? For performances. Gaye toured throughout 1974 and 1975. A new contract with Motown allowed Gaye to build his own custom-made recording studio. In October 1965, Gaye gave a performance at UNESCO benefit concert at New York's Radio City Music Hall to support UNICO's African Literacy Drive, resulting in him being commended at the United Nations by the ambassador to Ghana, Shirley Temple Black, and Kurt Waldheim. If you don't know about UNESCO, you don't know about Radio City Music Hall, you don't know about United Nations, Shirley Temple Black, and Kurt Waldheim, do your research, all right? Gaye's next studio album, I Want You, followed him in March 1976 with the title track, I Want You. Man. Reaching number one on R&B charts, the album would go on to sell over 1 million copies. That spring, Gabe embarked on his first European tour in a decade, starting off in Belgium. In early 1977, Gabe released the live album Live at the London Palladium, which sold over 2 million copies, given to the success of a studio song, Got to Give It Up. Man, I got to give it up. It's phenomenal. Keep on dancing up. I'll just sing that too. Which shot at number 1 in September 1977. Gabe opened Radio City Music Hall's New York Pop Arts Festival. All right. So let's get to the end, you know what I mean, of the journey, you know, before its transcendence. You know what I mean? For the great Marvin Gaye, the late great Marvin Gaye, you know what I'm saying? In December 1978, Gaye released Here My Dear, inspired by the fallout from the first marriage to Anna Gordy, recorded with the intention of remitting a portion of his royalties to her as alimony payments. It performed poorly on the charts. During that period, Gaye's cocaine addiction intensified while he was dealing with several financial issues with the IRS. These issues led him to move to Maui, where he struggled to record a Disco Fool's album titled Love Man, with a probable release date for February 1980. Though he would later shelve the project, that year, Gaye went on to a European tour, his first in 4 years. By the time the tour stopped, the singer relocated to London, and he feared imprisonment for failure to pay taxes, which he now reached upwards of $4.5 million, which would equal $14 million in today's standard. Gaye then reworked Love Man from its original disco concept to another social consciously album invoking religion and the possible end time from a chapter in the Book of Revelation titled the album In Our Lifetime. Gaye worked on the album for much of 1980 in London studios such as Air and Odyssey Studios. In the fall of that year, someone stole the master tape, a rough draft of the album, from one of Gaye's traveling musicians, Frank Blair. Taking the master tape to Motown's Hollywood headquarters, Motown mixed the album and released it on January 15, 1981. When Gaye learned of its release, he accused Motown of editing and remixing the album without his consent. Allowing the release of an unfinished production, which was called Far Cry, alternated the album art of his request and moving the album's title ? Molten is irony. He also accused the label of rush releasing the album, comparing his unfinished album to an unfinished Pablo Picasso painting. Gaye then vowed to not record any more music for Motown. On February 14, 1981, on the advice of music promoter Freddie Corsart, Gaye relocated to Corsart's apartment in Ostend, Belgium. While there, Gaye shied away from heavy drugs use and began exercising and attending a local Austin church, regaining personal confidence. Following some of his recovery, Gaye sought to come back on stage, starting a short-lived Heavy Love affair tour in England and Ostend in June and July of 1981. Gaye's personal attorney, Curtis Shaw, would later describe Gaye's Ostend period as the best thing that ever happened to Marvin. When word got around that Gaye was planning a musical comeback and an exit from Motown, CBS Urban president Larkin Arnold eventually was able to convince Gaye to sign with CBS Records. On March 23, 1982, Motown and CBS negotiated Gaye's release from Motown. The details of the contract was not revealed due to a possible negative effect on the single settlement to creditors from the IRS and to stop a possible bidding war by competing labels. Yeah, they were going to compete for Marvin Gaye. You could best believe that. Okay. Let's get into the last album, Midnight Love. All right. Assigned to CBS Columbia subsidiary, Gaye worked on his first post-Motown album titled Midnight Love. The first single, Sexual Healing, which was written and recorded and all set at Freddie Corsart's apartment, was released in September 1982. It became Gaye's biggest. Well, let me get it back. Lost my place again. All right. Let me get it back. I'm almost there. There we go. Okay. All right. Where am I at? Okay. Gaye's biggest career success, spending a record 10 weeks at number 1 in a hot black single chart, becoming the biggest R&B hit of the 1980s according to Billboard stats. Wow. The success later translated to the Billboard Hot 100 chart in January 1983, where it peaked at number 3, while the record reached international success, reaching the top spot in New Zealand and Canada, reaching the top 10 of the United Kingdom's OCC single charts. Australia and Belgium were later selling over 2 million copies in the US alone, becoming Gaye's most successful single to date. The video for the song was shot at Ostend's Casino Corsair. Sexual Healing won Gaye his first 2 Grammy Awards, including Best Male R&B Vocal Performance. In February 1983, also won Gaye an American Music Award in the R&B Soul category. Q Magazine called it America's hottest music turn-on since Olivia Newton-John's The Man That We Get Physical. Midnight Love was released to store less than a month after the single's release and was equally successful. If you don't know who Olivia Newton-John is, you don't know the single Let's Get Physical, do your research, y'all. All right? Being in the top 10 of the Billboard 200, becoming Gaye's 8th #1 album on the top Black album charts, eventually selling 3 million alone in the U.S. And so this is a quote from Marvin Gaye. He said, "I don't make records for pleasure. I did when I was a younger artist, but I don't today. I record so that I can feed people what they need, what they feel. Hopefully, I record so that I can help someone overcome a bad time." Wow. So that was his quote from a magazine called NME in December of '82. All right. On February 13, 1983, Gaye sang the Star Spangled Banner at the NBA All-Star Game at the Forum in Inglewood, California, accompanied by Gordon Banks, who played the studio tape from the stands. The following month, Gaye performed at the Motown 25 Yesterday, Today, Forever Special. This and a May appearance on Soul Train, his third appearance on the show, became Gaye's final television performances. Gaye embarked on his final concert tour, entitled Section of the Tour, on April 18, 1983 in San Diego. The tour ended on August 14, 1983 at the Pacific Amphitheater in Costa Mesa, California, but was played by cocaine-triggered paranoia and illness. Man. Following the concert's end, he moved into his parents' house in Los Angeles. In early 1984, Midnight Love was nominated for a Grammy in the Best Male R&B Vocal Performance category, his 12th and final nomination. Man, so that is the career and life of the late, great Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? Man, one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? And just did his thing out there. You know what I'm saying? Did his thing. You know what I mean? So salute to him, man. Salute to the whole Motown Records, you know what I mean? Salute to the whole movement, man. So, look, this is Black is Gold, episode 16, Marvin Gaye. As always, y'all, you know what I mean? Be intentional. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be intentional on, you know what I mean? Just staying positive, man. Staying positive as usual. And just doing my thing, y'all. Doing my thing on the social media thing. With that, y'all, I am out.
The DJ.